Hi everybody, welcome back. What I did first was I traced my picture using a black marker, which makes things stand out better. If you have a black marker, I would recommend it. If not, that's okay. We're going to just go ahead and color. I would also recommend colored pencils or crayons because we're going to be doing some color blending today, and those work the best. Markers are really hard to control in a situation like this. So I've already started with some colored pencils with my sun. I made it really bright in the middle, and I'm making it darker on the edges, just coloring over it. I've got kind of a, looks like I've got pink there. You can also use orange, you can also use red. I'm just making parts of it a little bit darker. So what I'm using right there, that one's actually magenta. You can choose your colors however you like, so maybe your sun isn't even yellow and orange. That's up to you. What I want you to do today is I want you to use a couple of the color blending things that I'm going to show you. So even if you choose different colors, that's fine, but I want us to do some blending to make some new colors as we work here. Now I'm doing the ground, so this is whatever kind of surface this planet has on it. So I'm using orange to color in the land of my planet here. And there's a texture that's popping up from my board that I'm coloring on. I'm not too worried about it. It actually looks kind of cool, but you'll notice I'm coloring more than one direction. I color one way and then I color the other way a lot. So now I've taken a magenta. I'm making a shadow. So the shadow from that kind of rock formation there is going to be under it, and that tells us that the sun's on the other side. So that means like all the little things I've got there, if I add a shadow, it's because the sun is on the other side. Now I'm just making a second color on here to make that orange look a little more interesting. Now this section is going to be a lot darker because it is, again, away from the sun, but it's also pointing down. So it looks like it is sort of like falling over the edge. So I used, I think I used some red there, and I added some darker spots and some lighter spots in there. And then I have a crayon there that is brown, so I added a little bit of brown just to darken it up. You can do that if you like, but you don't need to. So I start everything nice and light, and then I go back in and make it darker. Notice too, I'm coloring in the direction up and down. I'm coloring in the direction of the lines that I drew. Okay. I'm going to choose a different color for these little things popping up. Adding some darker spaces to look like some more shadows and texture. So next I'm going to start working on my sky. We think about space being dark, but since our sun's in the picture, it's going to create kind of like a glow in our sky. So I'm starting with some yellow and I'm just coloring lightly around it to fill in some of the sky. Then I'm going to some orange. It's sort of like I'm doing backwards rainbow order here, so um, we would go yellow, then orange, and then I went to magenta, but you could use pink or you could use purple or you could use red there. I want it to look like the sky gradually changes color. That means it goes a little bit at a time instead of it being one color then the next one right away. So that's about it. I'm just darkening up a couple other little spaces here, and that's it. I hope you had fun. Oh, I forgot my flag.